something good, although the eat is here. But we're going to ask Mr. Stevenson how things going on so far. What are the type of patients that you have been looking at? How do you see this health fair, and what's the way forward with you partnering with this health fair? Do you see it as a good initiative?
Yes,
and especially with the kids and with the young adults coming in for checks, what have you seen so far? And how best can they go forward with taking care of their teeth way forward?
First of all, thank you for having me at the health fair. So far we've seen mostly the kids who are going back to school, so it's the kids who need a dental report. It's going well so far. I'm here with my hygienist, Ms. Mitchell, Anne-Marie Mitchell, my hygienist. And what we've seen so far, it's, the oral hygiene of the kids, it's about average, above average. Some are very good, but as expected, some are poor. It's good that we are here because I've heard that at Milk River Health Center, that's the nearest health center. Some days the dentist is not there or there's no service being offered right there. So I'm here to fill a gap, me and my team to fill a gap, a dental gap. So we're doing cleanings mostly. That's how we're doing, cleanings and checks mostly. So the way forward, I do see myself coming back annually, partnering with the team here. Also, I don't wish to speak on behalf of I'm a member of the Coroner Health Department, but I wish to speak. Maybe the Milk River Health Center, we can improve the offer of dental care there. So we don't have to depend only on the health fair here. So we can have all year round dental care for the populace here. It's unfortunate that we cannot see the adults, because I know the adults want to be seen as well, but the kids are the priority right now. Okay? And again, thank you for having me, and I hope that the day goes well. Alright?
Okay. Beautiful. Quando eu ver o estilo dele. Quando eu ver o estilo dele.
Yeah, video. Oh, this one. Fucking Tony Payo.
Coming up. One more again. Balance it. Put the two of them for the end. Ready? What's the paper? Yeah. Ready? 2, 3. I like it now. Yes, now. Yeah. Ready? Wonderful.
Afternoon again. For those outside, I just want to invite you on the inside so you can hear the presentation that will be done by Colonel Officer Darby. It is regarding the development at the Vernamfield. So again, I want to give a warm greeting to Mr. Darby, sorry, for taking the time out to be here today. And I must say we are really, really appreciative.
Yes.
So again, here to Mr. Darby.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. And let me welcome those of you who have come inside to view this presentation. This presentation serves as an update to the development that is going on at Vernamfield, and also to tell you generally about the development before I go into the update. And the update will be the briefer aspect of the development. It will be good to have some of the students in the room because we are going to be looking at as well what opportunities, what career opportunities are available for students here at Vernamfield. Now you will see the presentation says Aerotropolis, Jamaica. And I will explain to you what Aerotropolis, Jamaica is. But while we have a major airport that will serve as an international cargo airport, cargo and logistics airport, the broader community, the development in the community outside of the airport of aviation-linked businesses is what we call an aerotropolis. So the airport is at the center, so to speak, of this aerotropolis. And you will see the byline here, building Jamaica's cargo logistics industry. And cargo logistics is one of those sectors which have been identified as the economic activity that will make a significant difference in the economies of countries. And Vernamfield has been identified as the most suitable place for the air or aviation component of this activity. We will look at the vision of Jamaica and the vision of the project. I will give you an overview of the project. I will also indicate to you what the trends are in the global and regional air transport industry. And we will look at some of the future jobs or job opportunities that will be created. We will look at the Logistics Hub initiative in Jamaica, of which Vernamfield is a part, and just glance at some of the benefits of having this development take place in Jamaica. The place to live, work, raise families, and do business. And that is a vision for 2030, which is only 10 and a half years away. So, well, let's call it 11 years away. So, we want Vernamfield to play its role in making Jamaica that place to live, work, raise families, and do business. It means also that returning residents will want to come to this area. Professionals who want to work in Jamaica would be coming to Jamaica to work, and we hope to Vernamfield. Now the vision for Vernamfield, or Aerotropolis Jamaica, is to be the global logistics gateway interconnecting the Americas to the world. It's not just interconnecting Jamaica, but interconnecting the Americas to the world. So what we anticipate is that countries who are exporting and eventually whose passengers are traveling to other parts of the world will come to Vernamfield, where it will catch the right aircraft going to the right place that they want to go. And you will see how Jamaica and Vernamfield will be linked to the rest of the world as we go on in this presentation. It is primarily and initially a cargo airport. Eventually, in we would call it the mid to long term, it will become a major passenger airport, but not before the other airports reach their level of viability, and then Vernamfield will play a major role in that area. Now, what is the aim of the project? Is to develop an international cargo logistics airport as a primary component of the Jamaica Logistics Hub initiative. Has anybody here heard of the Jamaica Logistics Hub initiative? If you have not, the Jamaica Logistics Hub initiative is an initiative to make Jamaica a logistics hub in the region. There are other logistics hubs in Panama, in Singapore, in Dubai, in Rotterdam, in Atlanta, in Memphis, etc. And we want this airport to be one of those logistics hubs. What do I mean by logistics hub? A logistics hub, and please, if there's anything I say that you don't understand, just raise your hand and ask me to clarify. But a logistics hub is a place where you can bring raw materials or parts, you can do manufacturing, you can assemble those parts into finished goods, you can package them, label them, and redistribute them to persons who order on Amazon or Alibaba or through whichever means. You order something online, a computer for instance, do you know where the computer comes from? It comes from Dell. Where is Dell? Nobody knows exactly where Dell is. You order something from Amazon, where does it come from? Where it comes from is a logistics hub, where all the parts that you order for your computer, the specifications for your computer, it's brought together, built at a certain point, labeled, packaged, and shipped to you wherever you might be. So this is what a logistics hub is all about. And the logistics hub initiative for Jamaica is to have these situations right across Jamaica, with everything going by, everything that is time sensitive or perishable would go by air. And Vernamfield will become the major air logistics point in Jamaica. The airport will form a catalyst, and a catalyst is something that triggers the surrounding development of aviation-related businesses in the South Clarendon area. And if you use your computer and you Google Aerotropolis, you will see examples of what happens at the Aerotropolis. Aerotropolis Jamaica will provide immense opportunity for further development of commercial, residential, manufacturing, academia or academic, research and development, entertainment, and the health and wellness facilities that will employ thousands of Jamaicans. Just think of another city developing in Jamaica. That city will have all these amenities and will employ and accommodate thousands of Jamaicans who will reside and work here. Now, how is Vernamfield linked to the rest of Jamaica and the rest of the world? You will see that there is a cargo rail which comes from down by Rocky. It's actually a Jamaica cargo rail, and it passes within a mile of Vernamfield. It goes over to the stockpile just beyond Spring Plain, and it actually runs through the Spring Plain agricultural park. Now what we intend to do is to bring that a spur from that line down into Vernamfield, or build Vernamfield out towards that line. So we can have cargo coming directly into Vernamfield. We can use the rail not only for bauxite, but we can take agricultural produce from Spring Plain into Vernamfield and ship it overseas rather quickly. It means that Vernamfield will have cold storage facilities, fumigation facilities, agricultural inspection facilities, etc. to facilitate the movement of agricultural produce and other cargo. You will see also the red line is the Highway 2000 that comes from the Caymans area, and the broken red line is where Highway 2000 is expected to continue towards Montego Bay. You will see the old rail which comes down from Naples to Rapid. You will also see other arterial roads and rivers that run through the area. This is the highway that goes into Alpar. going over Mandeville, etc. You'll also see that the rail links the port, including Port Bustamante in Kingston, where the rail can be rehabilitated quite easily, and that is in blue. It can be rehabilitated quite easily, and a link going into Port Bustamante. So all the connectivity in terms of air, land, sea is within easy reach of Vernamfield, and that is expected to make a whole difference in how Vernamfield is linked to the rest of the world and to the rest of Ireland. It is 60 miles from Albert, where there is intended to be an industrial park, 60 miles in the other direction to Caymanas, and I should say kilometers, not miles, to Caymanas, where there will be a special economic zone. It is 110 kilometers basically, to Normandy Airport, and pretty much 100 kilometers to the port of Kingston. If you were to go north along highway, north-south highway, you can be in Montego in roughly 3 hours. You can reach any point in Jamaica within 3 hours basically from Vernamfield. And that's by road. This is the airport as we see it today. A lot of people who have spoken about Vernamfield Airport had never seen the airport. When they come to Jamaica and they see the dimensions of the runway, the strength of the runway, they basically say, wow, they had no idea that such an asset existed here. Persons usually see a part of it when they come to race cars, have drag racing, but they have never really seen all of Vernamfield. Neither have they seen it from the air, which was an experience the Honorable Michael Leachin had when he came down here on the 12th of May, or the 12th of April, I should say. Moving along, what have we done so far? We have completed the bushing of the sides of the runway. When we cleared those verges, we were able to identify infrastructure works that had not been seen in many decades. We also discovered that there were some concrete structures, a water tank and a pump house, in close proximity to the runway that had not been seen before, or could not be seen for some decades now. We had to take those down in order to meet current international standards for airport because they were too close to the runway. We also roll and grade the verges of the runway, and we are about to do the weeding of the vegetation that has grown since. We have done an engineering design and developed an engineering plan to rehabilitate the runway. And we are now awaiting the engineers to give us the plans and their recommendation along with the cost for the rehabilitation of the runway. We have also studied the drainage system at the airport within the vicinity of the existing runway to learn that it is still in very good condition, up to some 80% capacity. We see areas that the manhole cover has fallen down into the manhole, so to speak, or into the inlet or invert as it is called. And we see evidence as well where certain buildings have caused the water to root in a certain direction and is blocking certain culverts. And we will be clearing those so that we can return the runway environment to 100% capacity for taking the water off the area. Now, what we discovered, as I said before, is that this elaborate drainage system is tied into overground ditches that were built with the culverts, concrete culverts still in place, that takes the water east to the Rio Mina and moves the water out of this area as far away as the runway. While on the western side of the airport, it takes it into a creek under the Gimme-Me-Bit road and takes it south to the sea. So the planning for this airport was very well done in terms of drainage. And so we have not had any flooding of Vernamfield in all these years that the airport has been there sitting idle, because the drainage system has worked quite effectively in removing the water from the area. We have had a couple of pipe breaks recently, and between the NWC and the National Irrigation Council, they have come in and done repairs. We will have to remove all those pipes that are traversing the pavement and rerouting them around the runway to the areas that they supply, or take it into concrete, accessible concrete corridors on the runway before we rehabilitate the runway. And what is in progress now is the land acquisition is in progress. The necessary legislative procedures have taken place, so the Airports Authority of Jamaica will be able to start talking to landowners, if they have not as yet, about the acquisition of the land. As I said, we have done some water main repairs, and if you were to drive down the runway or walk down the runway not far from this Gimme-Me-Bit, you will see that we are repairing a major water main which traverses the runway. So you will see a cut in the runway almost all the way across. Our short-term next steps will be the runway rehabilitation as well as the runway construction. Now, before we do that, we are going to be doing a project within the Gimme-Me-Bit. Well, let me say, the community roads that lead to Gimme-Me-Bit. We will be doing a repair of those roads so that they can be used instead of using the runway. And when we close it for rehabilitation, you will have improved community roads. And I will show you which are the roads being repaired. Is there a question? Oh, just a comment. Okay, in the medium term, we'll be doing the larger airport development. And then in the long term, we'll be building out the Aerotropolis, which will primarily lead to the east and to the west of the Vernamfield Airport as we know it. What you should understand as well is that the areas to the north and south of the runway, we have to limit the development because those are the approaches and departure paths that aircraft will use, and so we cannot have any building obstacles falling into what we call an obstacle-free zone or obstacle limitation surface for the airplanes to operate. So moving right along. This is what we're going to have at Vernamfield. This flat line denotes the footprint of the airport. Over here is the existing runway of 6,500 feet. We call it A for the purposes of this video. Over here to the west of that, runway B is going to be a runway of 14,000 feet. And that runway, more than twice the length of the one that now exists, is what will handle the long-haul cargo, heavy-lift cargo aircraft. It will be a much larger, longer runway, and the areas between there will be parking area, operating area, maneuvering area for airplanes, and it will also have the warehousing and the facilities for handling cargo logistics. So, what will be the features of the various runway, or the various sites of the airport? The existing runway will have an aviation academy, a large Aviation Academy with a flight school. And when I say Aviation Academy, it doesn't only teach flying and maintenance. It will teach or provide courses, aviation courses for nearly, there are some 1,000 or more specialized areas of specialization in aviation. And it will be teaching all of those, well, many of those courses. Airport operations, airport maintenance, aeronautical engineering, and so on and so forth. And you will see a number of areas come up in the next slide. The flight school, Vernamfield between 1948 and 1949 was one of the primary aviation training facilities for long-range operation of the U.S. Air Force. And airplanes used to fly from Arkansas in the U.S. on their long-range missions. They would stop at Vernamfield and they would do training from here and go back to the United States or move on to the number of bases that the United States had in this area, in Trinidad, in Antigua, and in Barbados. Now, there will be a maintenance, repair, and overhaul facility, which is a facility to maintain airplanes. And when we say maintain airplanes, we are not talking about the smaller airplanes as we see at Expo. We are talking about large airliner type airplanes. There is room for general aviation, meaning privately operated aircraft, persons who just fly through the region or take their vacation on islands and they park their planes and they travel to their vacation spot. We will be having a facility for that. It will also have enclosed a special economic zone, which is what we used to know as a free zone, where you have manufacturing, processing, research and development, the type of commercial activities, when operated within the free zone, will attract certain tax incentives. So we hope to attract many businesses into the airport. Of course, those will generate employment within the area and beyond. It will also have facilities for short-haul cargo operations, meaning moving cargo from here and distributing within the Caribbean region. The military provision is being made for the military to be based there as well, and domestic service, so you won't have to drive to Montego Bay. You will be able to go to the airport, catch a flight to the Montego Bay airport, or Negril or Kingston, or I know we have been a motorsport community, you might very well soon become, again, a flying community. So a domestic service will be operated from the airport which now exists. And this is why we are rehabilitating it as we are. On the other side of the airport, where we have the 14,000-foot runway, it will be an air cargo center. And we are talking about a global air cargo center and logistics park. All those activities I told you about product logistics will be operated in that location. The long-haul heavy lift aircraft will also be facilitated on that runway. And it will be the international portion or international part of the airport, or I should say the main international part of this Panama airport. Any questions so far?
Yes, sir. What are the years that we are looking at for this section of development?
Okay. I indicated here the steps that will be taken in the short term. And the short term can be considered between up to the next 8 years, is what we call short term. No, sorry, in this case, for the rehabilitation and construction, yes. We're talking 3 to 8 years as the short term. In the medium term, the airport, 3 to 5 years. In the medium term, the broader airport development will be up to 8 years. And in the long term, the build out of the Aerotropolis by way of the study, which was done by Nathan and Associates, will be up to 20 years for the total build out. Was that more accurate than answer your question?
Yes, yes.
And let me say that the short term is more from 0 to 3 years, the medium term 3 to 5, and the short term, and that's just repeating, or rather I should say correcting what I said before. 0 to 3, 3 to 5, and then build out to 20 years. I think I said 5 to 8, it's 3 to 5.
So this question is based from the CDC, why members coming out to meet and ask a lot of persons who live in the land that are occupied by the Vernamfield. How's the future?
Are you talking about the private landowners who are assigned areas? I spoke about that acquisition already, that it is in progress.
So what about the white people?
About what?
That's a good question. The persons that are living, let me put it this way. Persons that government put on Vernamfield to live. How the Vernamfield development will have an effect on those persons, and what timeline the government give those persons to live upon.
Okay, as I said, the process to acquire those lands has already started. The legislative aspect of it is already in place. And the Airports Authority of Jamaica, who are the owners of airport lands, are the ones carrying out this acquisition. They'll be talking to the private landowners, and the acquisition will be done in accordance with the law that allows for this to happen. I think there might have been one meeting held already between the landowners, but I don't know as yet that the meeting between the AAJ, the NLA, and those landowners have been met. But the legislative process is already in place. Does that more accurately answer your question?
So you are talking about persons like the farmers, yeah? We are not talking about the farmers. We are not talking about the farmers. We are talking about persons now that live on the property of Vernamfield. What time span the government give those set of persons or people to live on the land to move? Because we hear that is coming. For the person that is living on Whitefield,
living on what?
Whitefield.
Well, that's where
a section of Vernamfield called Whitefield.
The part where they call capture land.
That's on the side of the church is
Capture land.
Oh, on the eastern, southeastern side, all of that area that has been occupied, or what is it, captured? What they call it, captured?
I would use the word capture because I heard that government cut up those pieces of land and put it in severe to let person live on it and was supposed to pay tax. No, not necessarily that they have to pay for it. I don't think that's part of...
Okay, from the map, if it is that stretch, which is parallel to the Gimme-Me-Bit main way, if it is that stretch,
yes.
And when I look on my map, I see that those are private lands, and we are not, we have not included it in the perimeter of the airport.
Okay, so
now, if there is at any time to be any acquisition, then it will be done in accordance with the law which allows for the acquisition of private lands. But what I'm seeing on my chart, my NLA, what they call a cadastral map, that shows the land ownership on the land lots, etc. It is not included in the boundary that we are using for the airport.
Okay, understood.
Well, of course, if people wish to sell their lands,
No, we can't say what was given to us by the government.
and that is true. However, if it is to be acquired by the airport, and when I say sell, I should really say if it is to be acquired by the airport, then the airport will make it known and they will go through all the legal procedures to make it happen. But at the moment, it is outside the fence of the airport area that we're talking about. Yes, you have a question.
We have a proper trade, right? But can anything be done to the existing maintenance, like cleaning or something?
Well, we are going to do a broad and drain study, and what needs to be done before the rehabilitation begins is that the drainage in and around the immediate vicinity of the airport will be restored. It will be cleaned, etc. We have pictures showing where some of the more overland culverts are blocked up to about the halfway point because of siltation caused by the habitation in the vicinity of those drains. So we will have a cleaning program for those drains in order to ensure that we have 100% drainage of the runway area. And of course, as we go east in those lands that are the Vernamfield lands, they will also have to be drained and developed. And each time we go along, we make sure that all the drainage is in place to remove the water off the airport area, which is a very large catchment, and take it into the necessary or the suitable creeks and rivers going eventually to the sea.
Last time they called all the water from that
well, what you need to do, especially in the area called White Wing, what you have to do is make sure that you are not building on top of the inverts, which are supposed to take the water off of the airport. Because if people build on those inverts or block the drainage culverts, they will cause that problem to develop. So be very careful and examine before you build a wall or before you put down a foundation that you are not interrupting the flow to any of the existing drainage.
I'm talking on the west side.
The entrance right down here in the district. And when you enter, you are talking about the left side. Okay. What's that? Yes, I have some pictures of that area as well. But again, when road repairs are being done, when road repairs are being done, because there was a rehabilitation of the road through here, please make sure that they are not building over the culverts or that they maintain the culverts going under the road into the creek. This is on the airport itself. Yeah, we know about this, and it was created by a broken pipe which has been repaired, and I think there's an accumulation of water as well, because we have spoken with the people who are adjacent to there, and what we noticed is that a previous road repair may have reduced the effectiveness of the drainage to the west. So that is a matter that we are actually in the process of rectifying. Does that answer your question?
But I was just wondering if in the meantime, if we could help us out with a little cleaning.
Authorities. What authority can get down here?
No, we have asked for the drainage to be clean. And certain drainage within the vicinity of the airport. And if it goes outside of the airport walls or the airport boundary, it still has to be clean because it cannot back up into the airport. But I beg you to make sure that you are not blocking any drains, sinkholes or waterways as you carry out your course of business. Because we have seen cases where that has happened and it has caused some backing up of the water.
It's because the place is clear now. Everything is coming down this side now. Not diverting like first time before. Everything is going down to the entrance and then turn westward.
Well, at the bottom of the runway, you will see a kind of sink. That sink is actually designed to move the water to the west and to take it in the culverts on the western side of the runway and to move it in a culvert that goes into a creek to the west. But again, I say, when you are putting up your walls and doing other roadworks and building, etc., make sure you're not blocking any of the natural drainage systems that was created for that airport. It will back up the water and cause problems upstream.
It's kind of what if those culvert was black before the construction take place at Vernamfield before. I'm talking about before. I'm not talking about no, before the airbase began to clean up all of the trees that every tree that pushed out of it. What if it was backed up before? I know
when you say before, are you
I mean before the construction now taking place over there. Like 5 years before this construction taking place now. What if it was blocked up and authority didn't know that it was blocked up before?
Well, we are continuing to study the drainage beyond the immediate runway to make sure that anything that we have to make sure that the waterways that were created are in fact clear. And I think you can see from that why we have to acquire the private lands, because when people do as they are free to do on their own lands, it could affect the system of a larger airport. Now, you must understand that Vernamfield Airport was how big? Does anybody have an idea of how big the Vernamfield Airport was? 2,210 acres. And that land has been intruded upon by now private persons who have titles and live on the Vernamfield Air Base. And when you put down structures and fences and what have you on an air base that was designed with a certain drainage system, what you are doing is you are blocking that drainage system from operating normally. It is now moving 80% of the water that it is supposed to move. So there is going to be some flooding created. So it is not the government that has caused any flooding, but the fact that development has taken place on the airport that is designed to be drained in a certain way. No, I don't have any money. What is not available is 607 acres, which is occupied on the western side of the airport by private farmers. To the north, along that stretch from Cook's Gate coming in, there is also another area that is occupied in a similar manner to White Wing. But we have to understand that in carrying out our development, we have to take these things into consideration and make provision for either the acquisition of those lands in accordance with law is what I will say.
So what is your aim, the ultimate aim then for the project? In terms of
what is our ultimate aim for?
Yeah,
acquire the land, to recover the land.
They're not going to pay enough, they're paying for the structure.
Right.
Whether it is privately or otherwise, there's a law that controls the restructuring. And the 2,210 acres in this area, the total airport is going to be something like that, which is in the vicinity of close to 20,000 acres. And 20,000 acres may seem a lot, but if you go to any major airport in the world, you will see that this is only 1/10 of the size of the airport in Real. Let me make this point as well. Norman Manley Airport is 578 acres. It's just a fraction of what is on the current air base. If you have a national airport, you must have room to expand and to do aviation business for the long term. This is not going to be an airport that is going to last for another 20 years. This is an airport that is going to take us into the next century. So we must have adequate space for it. Additionally, it is at an elevation of 35 meters. Over this century, we are due to have sea level rise of 1 meter. And if you go to certain points along our coast right now, you will see that the sea is already invading places like Prentice and Blackness down by Little Ocean, Kent Road, which is an airport that used to go around once a day. It's almost gone hell shy by Prentice. So that's what this line is about. The airplane that we want to accommodate at Vernamfield is the Antonov 225, which is the largest cargo aircraft in the world. And the largest passenger aircraft is the Airbus A330. Now, if you look at this picture, you will see an outline of the Antonov 225. This little aircraft that is dwarfed within this picture is what Caribbean Airlines flies today. The Boeing 737. So you should understand just what this picture alone, why we need a runway of 14,000 feet. Because when this takes off fully loaded, and if you notice it has 6 engines, not 2 or 4. When an aircraft like this takes off fully loaded, it is a heavy beast, and it is meant to fly to the next part of the world. For that to happen, it must have a long enough runway. Anybody know the length of the runway at Havana? 14,000 feet. What's the length of the runway in Curacao, where the KLM 747 takes off to go to Amsterdam? 13,410 feet. The length of the runway in Nairobi, Kenya is 13,200 feet. They are extending it to 15,500 feet. But they need that kind of distance because one, they are on the equator where they suffer warm temperatures year-round, and they are at an elevation of 5,000 feet. We are lucky to be at an elevation of 35 meters or 118 feet. At sea level, airplanes operate. The performance of the airplane is much better. As you move up in elevation, it degrades the performance of the aircraft because you don't have the density of the air going into the engine is reduced. Now, the air temperature also plays a factor. Engines operate better in cold temperatures than in hot temperatures. We hit 40 degrees centigrade in Jamaica the last week in June. 40 degrees centigrade. If you understand what that means, it's about 102 Fahrenheit. If I am sitting in 20 degrees centigrade or 25 degrees centigrade and I power up my aircraft, I can reach maximum power before the engine temperature reaches the red line. In 40 degrees centigrade, I increase my aircraft power, I will likely reach the engine temperature limit before I reach maximum power. So if I'm trying to take off on 6,500 feet of runway, I will have a difficulty taking off with that low power. But if I'm taking off on 14,000 feet of runway, I will be able to have enough runway to accelerate my takeoff speed before I take off. If we are looking at matters of climate change and global warming, I see this lady here fanning. I don't see any fans in the room. I see concrete walls which hold temperature even throughout the night. In 2023, and listen to me carefully, in 2023, 4 years from now, Jamaica is going to go into what is called climate departure. What does climate departure means? It means that the coolest year after 2023, the coolest year after 2023 will be hotter than the hottest year before 2005. If you take the records, and the records have been taken from 1846 to 2005, the hottest year up to 2005 will be cooler than the coolest year after 2023. In 18 of the years in this millennium, this century so far, 18 of the years have been record hot years. Now, climate departure means we are never going to see the climate that we used to enjoy. Everything is going to be hotter. And we are going to need not just a fan of the agenda, we are going to need AC. And if we're not in AC, we can suffer heat issues, or what they call hyperthermia. Okay? If you are able to use AC, the question is, will you be able to afford the energy cost, the electricity cost? And therefore, Jamaica has to reach a point where our energy cost is reduced sufficiently to allow us to live comfortably after 2023. Yes, sir?
Question, sir. So what about solar system? If the heat is going to be so hot, solar that go on the roofs, isn't that a good way of making the government make extra money and instead of this?
Well, let us look at that in a minute. I think some of you may have seen this picture already. But again, this is the existing airport in blue. This is the intended airport of 14,000 feet. This is not the scale. But what you will see around it is that provision is made for residential, mixed residential, technology zone, green spaces, hospital and resort areas, cruise shipping, even a container port and dry dock to the south is being contemplated. Commercial corridors, railway coming into Vernamfield, agricultural technology, that's the spring clean area there. And you'll notice green spaces throughout, but primarily to the north on the approaches and to the south on the departure of the runway. More residential schools and universities, heavy manufacturing or heavy industry, manufacturing facilities, and more agricultural activities. We even throw in a Formula 1 track because we are told that this is the motorsport center of Jamaica, and we have had queries about Formula 1 or set up of the continuation of racing in this region. Now this is conceptual, it is not to scale. As a matter of fact, the areas are enlarged just so that we can read the words of the type of things which we really have. But just considering all of this as well, that you have a major factory outlet, which is a major mall, with outlets from Levi's, from all the major brands. We would anticipate that persons will make their acquisitions and ship it from the airport straight to where they want to go. Just as our commercial informal commercial operators go to Panama to the free zone or to Curacao or whichever other free zone. If we have that area here in Jamaica, and just like Jamaicans go to Sawgrass Mall to shop, we want to replicate things like those here so that the shopping comes here. Any questions?
Yes, sir. What about the institution where youngsters would go to train? When the government have an institution where to train youngsters to get job that is coming at Vernamfield.
Schools and universities, aviation academy.
No, I'm not talking about university. I'm talking about like what I want to say. Skill training type.
In the academic corridor.
I hear that would be coming first. The training center would be coming first. That's why our NTA is a part of 2038 vision, which is
there are a number of academic institutions that are talking to us already about training, and they are insisting that the skills required for Vernamfield, the labor force must be prepared in those skills. We agree, because that is our plan. All I'm saying that there is an area that is set aside for those activities, but all of those activities is incorporated in our plan. It might say universities, but don't make the word universities frightening. We're talking about training, skills training, everything that is needed, every level of skill. In the aviation industry, a lot of the training that is needed is certification training. You have to have a certificate that says you can do it. Whether it is composite welding, aluminum welding, titanium welding, or aviation security, which is quite different from industrial security. All of those things are things that people have to be trained for and obtain a certificate to allow them to do those activities within the aviation industry. So it is, maybe when I come to the next slide.
Before you move from that slide, what is that proposed light blue area? Like,
this?
Yeah, what is it?
Did you all make this?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Oh, that is existing.
What is that?
These are coastal waters.
Okay.
I'll show you. And this is basically deep sea. When you get a coloration between coastal and deep sea. So this is a part of the map. This is not anything put there by us.
Okay.
It's a part of the Google map. Okay. Now we were talking about solar power. And the plan is for the airport to be a 100% zero carbon airport. Meaning there will be no carbon emissions by the airport operation. Operation of planes is different. Operation of the airport, it will be zero carbon. And what does this mean? It means we are going to use certain fuels in the operation of the airport. And these fuels are going to be solar energy, wind energy, geothermal power plants, submersible marine turbines, or low decibel generators powered by biofuels. These are non-carbon producing. And we will be working in conjunction with the International Civil Aviation Organization to do this. We'll be doing a feasibility study, and just to tie this back to the drainage system. The NECO requires, when you're putting up a site nowadays, to have in or within that site a retention pond, because any area of land is actually a catchment area for water. Water either percolates through the soil and into underground aquifers or what have you, concrete over that area, then what you are doing is you are preventing the water from going underground, and so you have to route that water, the equivalent of the area that you have developed, into a retention pond. You therefore create an artificial lake to store that water instead of having it running through White Wing and through Gimme-Me-Bit and what have you. So you create a water reservoir. When you create that water reservoir, what are you going to do? Just have it sit down and evaporate? No. We plan to put a floating solar panel array